Okay, enough theory. It's time to stop talking about JSON-LD and actually start putting it to work. We're going hands-on to build this code directly into your website. This is how you give crystal clear instructions to search engines, to location services, and of course to AI. So let's get you ready to deploy, connect, and validate your work so machines can finally understand what your content is all about.
So here's our game plan. First, we'll find the machine's control room. Then, we'll build out your article's identity. From there, we'll connect it to your brand's whole ecosystem, ground it in a real-world location, and then, the most important part, we'll validate everything to make sure it works and see the amazing payoff.
All right, first things first. We have to know exactly where to put this stuff. And spoiler alert, it's not in the part of the page that people see. It's in a special, hidden section that I like to call the control room for machines. And this makes it super clear. The body of your page, that's your storefront. That's for human eyes. All the text, images, and videos. But the head section, well, that's the back office, the control room. It's where you leave a detailed set of instructions specifically for the robots, telling them exactly what this page is and why it's important.
And here it is, right in its natural habitat. Our special JSON-LD script lives right inside the head. This placement means it's one of the very first things a machine reads when it visits your page, making your instructions impossible to miss.
Okay, let's get our hands dirty and start building. We're going to start with the absolute most common, most crucial piece of structured data you'll ever use, especially if you create content, the article schema.
And it's really just 4 simple steps. You find the head, pop in that special script tag, tell it the @type is article, and then you just fill in the details. That's it. You are now explicitly telling search engines, hey, this page is an article. Don't confuse it with a product page or anything else. Treat it like an article. And these right here are the key fields you'll be filling out. You've got the headline, the description, the author, when it was published, and of course, the URL. Each one gives machines another critical piece of the puzzle. You're basically handing them a perfectly organized fact sheet about your content. Now, an article doesn't just exist on its own, right? It's part of a bigger picture. To really build authority, we need to connect it back to your brand and your website, creating this whole machine-readable ecosystem. So, how do we do that? We use a little something called the @ID. Just think of it like a unique serial number or a digital fingerprint for an entity, like your company. By using this @ID, you can link everything together with zero confusion. And here's what that looks like. See? You create an organization object with its own unique @ID. Then inside your article and your website objects, you point the publisher field right back to that same @ID. Boom. You've just created this incredibly powerful, interconnected web that tells any machine this article was published by this specific organization on this specific website. It connects all the dots for them. Okay, next up, let's connect our digital world to the physical world. This is absolutely critical if your content is tied to a real place, like a store, an office, or a service area. You do this by adding a local business object. You fill in the physical address and, even better, the precise geo-coordinates, latitude and longitude. This is a massive signal for local relevance. This is literally what gets you on the map for all those crucial near-me searches. Okay, we've built our structure, which is awesome. But like any good builder, we have to inspect our work. It is time for some quality control to make absolutely sure the machines can read our code without any problems. And trust me, this 4-step check is not optional. First, you make sure your JSON syntax is perfect, because I'm telling you, a single misplaced comma can make the whole thing unreadable. Then you run it through a structured data tester. You double-check that it actually sees all your different pieces, and then you just fix whatever errors or warnings it spits out. And this is what you want to see. A clean report, all green check marks, no scary red errors. This is your confirmation that Google, Bing, and all the other machines can read and understand the beautiful data structure you just built for them. So, we did all this work. What's the big deal? What's the actual payoff? Why does any of this really matter? Well, the payoff is huge. Your content can now show up in search results as a rich, eye-catching snippet. It becomes a prime, citable source for AI assistance. You start ranking better for local searches, and overall, you build this incredible foundation of authority by clearly telling the machines who you are and what you're all about. I mean, just look at the difference. It's night and day. On the left, a plain old blue link. Boring. On the right, an enhanced rich result, powered by the very code we just built. It's got the author, the date, an image, It's more helpful, it looks more trustworthy, and it's way more likely to get that click. You're no longer just a link in a list, you're an answer.
And going forward, this is exactly what AI assistants are hungry for. This clean, structured data lets them confidently use your page as a trusted source, citing your work directly and sending high-quality, authoritative traffic right back to you.
And really, it all boils down to this one simple idea. If you make things crystal clear for the machines, you give yourself a much, much better chance of being shown to the humans who are looking for you. It's that simple.
Okay, to wrap this all up, it is your turn. Think of this as your graduation exercise. It's time to take everything we've learned and build a complete JSON-LD system for one of your very own pages.
So here's your checklist. Go pick one real page from your site. Add the article, organization, and website pieces right into the head. Connect them all using that @ID. If it makes sense, add your local business info. And then, the final boss, validate your code until it's perfect. Do this, and you'll have real-world